Welcome back, YouTubers. I'm Timothy. Today we're going to be going through what can we do in 2020 to enhance our sex drives, to enhance our connection with our partners. Now, a lot of times in readings, I find people are running affairs or looking elsewhere in the relationship because now someone else pays them attention. Why? Because they are literally lonely in this 10-year, 15-year relationship, and sometimes it's even less than that. But even in that time, because we're not paying them enough attention, there's all these other things holding our minds. We can easily get lost in the life cycles that happen to us. So today's video is about how can we connect with a partner on an intimacy level, because these are the bonds that keep you together with your partner. A lot of the times when we are finding that we are needing to connect with our partner, it's usually to do on a mental and emotional level than a physical sex level. Now for men, it's the opposite. We need sex every day. We unfortunately do have build-up in our bodies that need to be released. So a lot of the times when it comes to people and the relationships, I've once seen one of my clients, she came for the reading. Of course, I'm not going to name names, but she was so highly disgusted her partners, she caught her partner watching porn. It was a new relationship, and she caught him with the porn, and she warned him and said, if you do this again, I'm leaving, I'm gone, And the third time she had left. And that is, for me, a very tragic way of looking at things. We have porn in physical life. We do have the ability to be able to see, sex sells, I'm afraid. It's everywhere you look. Every time you switch on your phone, every time you go onto an app, you will be seen or being bombarded with sexual images all the time. Now, we need to be comfortable in ourselves and going forward in 2020 with what we are comfortable doing. Now, obviously, if you're an older lady or if you're an established relationship, that might not be current for you right now. But if you are in your 20s and 30s, this might be an aiding your relationship, that it might actually be working for you instead of against you. Now, I want you to work with your partner now, okay? So remember, if we're not doing the work, then someone else will take over where we left off. I didn't want that for you. So when I'm doing readings and I see other people in relationships, my heart sinks, because I look at the relationship and I say, you guys can make it work. You can really work towards each other and find each other again. And I really do believe in all relationships can be revived on a intimacy, emotional level that then falls over into the sexual aspect of things. We are sexual beings. We are no longer having to hide our head from talking about sex. This is no longer what we have to do in this life, because it is so freely available to everyone right now. Now, I want you to have the best sex life of your life with your partner. There's one or two things I'm going to share with you today, and then I would say, try it. See if it works for you. Does it actually resonate? If it does, take it on board and work with it through in your life right now. Now, there's a few things. I've got 5 pointers of what I recommend in a relationship that I would say, try them, see if it will work for you. Now, back in the day when I had my shop, I had a few almost like Tupperware parties for women, basically, selling adult toys and all the rest. And so one of the things that we highly recommend, and this is point number 1, was take your hubby's favorite tie, put it on the bed. When he sees that tie, he knows he's going to get lucky in that evening. So there's a few pointers that we need to point out with this one. We need to make sure in the evening that we deliver. That's number 1. Number 2 is that we are going to be in the mood by the time they get home. Number 3, that it's a day that maybe it's a half day that we are free, and then the kids and the family members are all out of the house. And 4, we can also work with the energies over here, where we can just move it along a little bit better, where we are in alignment with each other. Okay, so if we put the tie on the bed, he's guaranteed to get lucky. He goes the entire day thinking, oh my God, I'm getting lucky tonight, The intimacy, the anticipation, the build-up of sexual energy he will have by the time he gets home, now to complete this act, is absolutely phenomenal. So that's point number 1. Point number 2, I had a client and I thought this was beautiful. a husband and wife, and they've been married 30 odd years, and they will go and book out a hotel room, somewhere outside of the main home, so that they have a fresh new place to go and be intimate as. And they go sit by a bar, they act like complete strangers, they've got complete alias names, and they go and pick each other up at the bar, and then they go up into the hotel room and have their fun. Now, this is a second, number two. I highly recommend it. It creates the newness of things, a change of scenery. Sometimes in relationships and in sex, we need someone to be heading up of things. Women don't want to always have to make sure everything's happening. It needs to come from men as well. So if you're a male and you listen to this, you need to also engage your partner and to take the lead sometimes. Sometimes the women are doing all the work from all the readings I'm reading, and sometimes they just need you to take control. So if this is your partner, get them to take control. Let them be the one to initiate. Let them be the one to say, I really want this with you, Number three, don't forget about toys. Now, it sounds weird, this is a spiritual channel, but I'm talking about adult toys. Now, adult toys is many different ways. A lot of men can't fully get aroused, and sometimes they might be losing their boner or any of the above. Now, there is pills for that. There's also cock rings that you can also use. I am just being very explicit in this video, so I do apologize if you're just a normal watcher or if it's your first time watching, but I like to be expressive with my content, so please excuse this. So basically what I recommend, if your partner cannot perform or not perform long, I'm going to ask you to go into the foreplay. Foreplay for me is really important, way more important than the actual sex part. Okay, so foreplay is the kissing, it's the touching, it is the masturbation, it is even using a toy on your partner and seeing them satisfied. Okay, the problem with men when they can't get that the arousal going is that they're all in the head. The problem comes in now that they've seen it not happening, then they're 10 times more pressure when they just need to let it go, focus on something new, and then it will come back again, unless it is a medical condition which they need to be having seen to. I also recommend, if this is the case, testosterone. Any man after 30 needs a testosterone booster from the doctor, so they can actually be injectable every week or so, and that will basically help the testosterone rise, so they can then actually use it. There's one that can every 11 days, one injection, that is a milder one, so that will keep the testosterone on a high, and they'll be like a 16-year-old again. So that is number three. And number four, I highly recommend toys. Number three. Number four is testosterone boosters. They are amazing at keeping a man's sex drive alive and well. They'll act like 16-year-olds. They can't get enough of it. If your partner is overly sex, bring them back into intimacy. Now, this is the balance over here. Too much sex, they're forgetting about the emotions over here. Too little sex, they need to incorporate that divine masculine energy. They need to feel in control. Let your partner take control of your body. Let them work with your body. Tell them what you love in the sexual act that they're performing, and the parts that you really don't like, let them know, and the parts you really love, emphasize that. Men really want to understand what pleases you. They don't want to go in there not knowing what to do, and then they feel that they haven't done their job properly. Now, you are very strong, they are strong, they would like the same from you. Okay, so take the lead on that level. Show your partner what works for your body, and what feels amazing. Number five is massage. We forget to massage our partners. Intimacy starts with touch. Okay, how often do we get touched? How often do we get hugged nowadays in society? We don't hug anyone. We don't kiss anyone on the lips anymore. These part of our traditions are falling short in this world because we're not connecting on that level anymore. It is a quick in, out, gone and goodbye. Now, in a man's defense, when there are kids, everything's so taboo, so what will happen is a young male energy will be watching porn. He has to do this very quickly, otherwise he's going to get caught. In that training of his body, he's not allowing himself to extend his sex time because it has to be done in short bouts. This is why, as adults, they have very short amount of stamina. Now, Kegel exercises for men are highly important. The ability to be able to do Kegels for men will help the pelvic floor muscles and the core to contract for them to be able to have sex longer. This is a known fact. So I want you to get them to do their Kegel exercises, get them to do squats, highly important for men. It will help with your sex drive as well. It will help with their confidence of lasting longer. And you know what? Sometimes a man will shoot his first go, and then the second load will be a lot longer to climax. So, you know, now we're working on the first one and they're done and dusted, but what about your pleasure now, you know? So, yes, he's had his fun, but I really do feel that your partner, if it's, you know, should wait until you have finished as well. Because a lot of the times it's about the man's pleasure and not the woman's pleasure. So we need to really redefine what do women want, how do they want it, and how do they need it in every way. I also do feel that we need to work on the ability to have more sex in different places, like we did when you first got together, in the car, in different rooms of the house, on the sofa, anywhere that is fun and exciting. I'm going to recommend for you guys to do, because this will ignite a passion for your partner. Now, it is already weird. This is a whole video on sex, and it is something I can say to you, if you work on and you make the effort, and even if your partner is not fully on the same page as you, even if you just do some work on yourself, give yourself pleasure, work on self-healing. This is the most amazing thing you can do for yourself and your own body. I highly recommend it for you as well, because as soon as you have it for yourself, then you can then give it back to your partner. There's always a reciprocal energy that happens between you and your partner. As soon as you are fulfilled, you can then give that fulfillment to them. If those banks of fulfillment are empty, you have to work on self. You have to be pleased by yourself, and then you have enough to give to your partner. So I hope this video has helped you in any way. Take these tips and tricks that I've also worked with in my days of selling sex toys. There was many times I had women in stitches because of the stories I have. And I really want people to enjoy sex. You know, it's not a forbidden thing anymore. Everyone needs to have it in the right way, time. And I highly recommend this for anyone that is just on the brink of losing interest in their partner. Revive your relationship. Your partner is your best thing that's ever happened to you, and really make them your #1 priority. Okay, the best advice I got from an 80-year-old woman was, do you have sex for you? Okay, then you give it a 100%. So if you're doing it and you're enjoying what you're doing, give it 100%, and your partner will receive the benefit of that. So I leave you with a little bit of beautiful information from a beautiful person that I met. As soon as I gave her the reading, she gave me that advice, and about a week later she passed. So she came into my life at the right time for me to give this message to you. I'm Timothy. Thank you so much for joining my channel. I really appreciate all the comments that you have for me. Much love to all of you. Please like, share, subscribe, share this with friends. Whoever needs a pick-me-up in the relationship, you know who they are. Send this video to them. Thank you so much. I honor and say thank you to 100 subscribers. This is absolutely amazing. I really appreciate each and every one with you. If you like this video, please share in the comments below. This is absolutely amazing. Thank you so much.